It's Monday morning, it's cold, it's grey, it's damp. It reminds me of many of our holidays in Scotland, no offence if you're Scottish. I remember us going up there as a family and Dad would fish for salmon and we would have time together. I remember one time when our cousin Shree, who was staying with us, was by the loch. We'd always go by a loch so Dad could fish, and she was covered in gnats, completely. Her face was covered in gnats. She was about 10 years old, and my sister Amanda and I just laughed, just really laughed. She couldn't even open her mouth, couldn't open her eyes, and so she was in a right fix. Dad brushed the gnats off her and eventually they went away. It was interesting, our different reactions. Ours was selfish, maybe humorous, but selfish. Dad's was, I want to sort this out for you, drenched in mercy. This week, in our series of All Creatures Great and Small, we're thinking about locusts, and specifically about Joel chapter 2, where the people of Israel have been overwhelmed by locusts, whether that is an invading army or actual physical locusts, because there are loads of swarms of locusts around, aren't there, all the time, even in our day and age. Hundreds of square miles, millions and millions of them, and they devour the land. We've seen them just this last year in Africa. And God says to the people of Israel that he will repay them for the years that the locusts have taken. They've taken those years. Another time when we were on holiday in Scotland as a family, there were 5 of us. Amos didn't exist at that point. We weren't a swarm then, just a gathering, 5 of us. And we were in Scotland for the week, and it was beautiful sunshine. The weather was amazing. And it seemed to me that the Scottish people that were there were slightly peeved that we were there for their one good week of weather. They would sort of say, "Oh, you're here, are you? You should have been here 3 weeks ago and there was snow on the mountain still." Like, "All right, sorry that we've brought a bit of sunshine and life to your light to your life, rather." One of our children got friendly with one of the children in the village and played with them. And towards the end of the week, they told us, "Oh, our daughter can't play with your daughter today because she's unwell. She's got a tummy bug." And that resulted in her vomiting. It resulted in Evie vomiting on me, and she was just a toddler at the time, and me laying on the couch as Joe prepared and packed away. I wasn't faking it, not this time. And we got to the train and we took the train back to England. The train journey on the way out there had been brilliant, stunning scenery as we moved through northern England and Scotland. On the way back, I took none of it in, and I was sat next to this woman, a lovely woman, but all she wanted to do was talk and know about me. And when she heard I was a minister, and so she kept talking and talking. I'm just sitting there thinking, I am going to chunder in a minute. Please stop talking to me. But she didn't stop. She kept on going. I got up, walked along the aisle of the train, keeping my food within me, and then I got to the disabled toilet and I pebble dashed that bad boy. When I came out, one of the guards was walking past and I said to him, "Mum, I think somebody's been sick in that toilet, you might want to check it out." I sat back down. Joe looked across at me. The woman had got off the train by this point, and I said, "What?" And she went, "Everyone could hear that in the carriage." I thought, well, it wasn't my fault. I wasn't performing. It's just how it came out. My point is this: I will never get back the time I spent on that train journey. Never. That time is gone. And sometimes when we hear from Joel chapter 2 that God will repay the years the locust has taken, we kid ourselves and think that actually what that means is that God will give us back those years. So if we screwed up 20 years in drug addiction, if we screwed up 15 years doing, I don't know, whatever, we think that God will give us those back. No. Those years are gone, my friends. We can't turn back and walk the other way and reclaim them. What the passage says is that God will repay us, that God will make us whole again, that those years that are behind us will not control who we are today. Those years are gone. We can't get them back. We can't reclaim them, just as a fading beauty in her latter-day years cannot hide the wrinkles. But God will repay us in the future. And as we look to the future, God can bring new things into our horizon. I will repay you for the years the locusts have taken, God says through the prophet Joel in chapter 2.